Hey everyone! Today I'll be showing you how to quill this letter J. In a rare move, I actually planned out and drew a pattern to follow. I'm using my light box so I can see it underneath my letter outline. And I'm working on the top flower first. I'm rolling a dark brown strip into a loose coil. Trimming it and gluing it. And I'm shaping it to form the center of the flower. It's ready to glue down. And now for the petals. Now for the most part, the petals are curved strips. They've been curled and trimmed to match the pattern. So this is an example of the process. And get it roughly shaped. Test it against the pattern, adjust it, test it again, and then keep doing that until it looks good. Okay, gluing that in. And continuing on with the other petals. Now there are a couple of petals that are full loops. So how I make those are I make the loop and glue it down. I just glue the very edge, then I hold it closed and trim it. And that's it. It's pretty simple to make. Moving on to the orange flower using much the same process, but I wanted to highlight making this petal. It's kind of crinkled on top, and I wanted to show how I bend it with my tweezers, test it against the pattern, and then do the next bend, and so on. Ready to glue in. Now for the rose center, I'm using a dark pink strip and making a very small scroll by curling it around my quilling needle just a couple times. Trim it to size and then glue it in. These are more dark pink strips for the center. And then switching to a light pink for the more open petals. Working on leaves for the orange flower. You guys, I tried so hard to glue in these dark blue strips straight and at the right spacing. It was surprisingly stressful, like sweaty armpit stressful, which I wouldn't normally associate with quilling. It's probably because I didn't put lines in my pattern to follow, so I had to do it all freehand. And the fact that it only took 10 seconds to show that part is half galling and half super satisfying. After adding a spiky rose leaf, I'm now filling that empty space at the bottom of the J with some scrolls. And now adding the detail lines to the leaves and flowers. One last skill to show. I'm making a very tiny, tight coil with no hole. A drop of water is all you need to soften up the paper and make it easier to squish together so there's no hole in the center. And here's a tip though, these particular strips are so short that you just need to get it kind of close. And then if you roll it again firmly between your fingers, that should be enough to remove any lingering hole and get it nice and tight. Fancy flourish never hurt anyone. These are white strips, the same as what I use to make the letter outline. This letter turned out so stunning. I'd be willing to make patterns again someday. For the close-up, I've angled the letter to emphasize the colorful flowers against the dark blue lines. It's gorgeous. Thanks so much for watching.